No need to enter any values in record note. Activity, no problem. For the practical record note, don't enter any values. Everyone take your record note, that lab manual also. So now we'll discuss prism.
And then travels again on a straight line in another medium. Here, RQ is the incident ray, QS is the refracted ray, and ST is the emergent ray. When a normal is drawn on the surface of the prism AB at a point Q, the angle between the normal and the incident ray is called the angle of incidence, and it is denoted by I. When you extend the incident ray in the forward direction and emergent ray in the backward direction, they make an angle D, which is called the angle of deviation. Refraction is a phenomena of bending a ray of light at the boundary of two optical media when a light ray is passing from one optical medium to another.
Aim: to determine refractive index of a material of a prism by ID curve method.
The apparatus used in this experiment are prism, drawing board, drawing pins, office pins, white paper, protractor, graph paper, pencil, and a half-meter scale.
Okay. Some voice problem, I will explain. So this is the drawing table. Okay, we'll take one A4 sheet, otherwise graph chart paper. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. In center part, you can draw the line. And take your prism. The reference point O1. (90°). Mark point 90°. Put on straight line. So normal and a reference line making angle 90 degree. So now I will mark one particular point. Okay, so it is around 30 degree. Okay, listen. Some students making mistake. 90 to 30. So in this point, what is the point in productor? This is 90. I need to measure only 30 value. But in this point is 60. Because 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. So 30 degree means 60. You want to place 60 degree. Okay, next. This is 35 degree. Listen. 3/4. இப்போ நம்ம இதை ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டா மெஷர் பண்ணோம்னா நமக்கு வேல்யூல சம் மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் வரும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பிரிசத்தோட சைஸ் வந்து 5 சென்டிமீட்டர் அப்படின்னா நாம வந்து ஒரு 3 சென்டிமீட்டர்ல இந்த நார்மல் இருக்கிற மாதிரி பார்த்துக்கணும். ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன். Trace the diagram like a prism.
Sir,
Please mute yourself. Who's that? Hello? Prasanna Kumar, tell me Prasanna Kumar.
sir, why is they using the prism to drawing the diagram?
Yes, but this is prism finding refractive index. No. Now we want to find the angle of incident and d value also, deviation also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And don't take leave, my everyone kindly attend the class. If you have any problem, please inform. This is incident point, pin 1, and one more incident point, pin 2. So approximately 10 centimeter, no need 10 also. This is incident point. The angle of incident 35 degree. Now we want to find the emergent ray. Finding the coefficient point. See there. This is incident point, no? Now this is 2 also same line. The image of pin 1 and pin 2. Finding coincident point. Now see that. So now in this point, you want to place 2 pin. Incident pin 1, 2 is the image, no? Here 1 pin, and after the 5 or 10 centimeter, 1 more pin. Three also same line, same straight line. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, and pin 4 also. But we will use notice board pin. That color it is red color, green color. So two red color it is means easy to identify the particular angle. So like that, you want to take 3 readings, ma. This is 35 degree now. 3 readings, 3 to 4 readings. Last time we took 5 readings. Any your seniors are there, you can ask that related prism experiment. They will say how it is easy or difficult. Just extend the line. Kindly observe, ma. Okay, listen, ma. One information. Today 5:30. Coding program it is. So everyone attend the program. It is also considered to today attendance. So don't miss the program. 5:30 coding program is. Sir, I am biology student, sir. Why I want to attend? So I am not interested in computer science. Don't say any reason. Everyone must attend. It is really useful. You will get more knowledge and more idea. On my screen, it is visible or not?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes, sir. that extend the line incident line and that pin 3 pin 4 emergent rate is there, no? That also extend that point. This is the angle of deviation delta. That is the incident deviation around come 40, 45, 46. The angle of deviation. So like that, we should take 5 readings, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Refractive index of prism. Observations. Observation table for angle of incidence I and angle of deviation D. When the angle of incidence I is
This table, it is there in your account note. But lab manual refer, you will get angle of incidence, angle of deviation. It is very easy. First aim, apparatus, next formula, after that one table, diagram, table, result, precaution, source of error. But taking 5 reading, it will take more time.
equal to 35 degree, the angle of deviation D was 46 degree. Similarly, for the angle
Or you have one doubt, I can understand. Listen. In practical external examiner, it is there, no? Sir, they will come 35 degree. They will use the productor, measure the values 35. You mention here 35. Actually, it is 40 degree. It is there, means they will make one big round. Otherwise, now you are saying 46 degree. External also they will refer what is the angle, 46 or 48. It is in 52, means in this diagram is wrong. Sometimes they will say take one more time reading also. But some external examiner they didn't say anything. They mentioned this is wrong. So this one wrong means you will reduce 4 mark out of 30 marks. 4 mark it is gone. Remaining 26 mark only there. In this 26 mark also, they will ask Viva question. Minimum 5 questions. So 3 questions you are saying proper answer, you will get mark. So below 3 question, 1 or 2 question only you are saying answer, means there also they will reduce 3 marks. So 4 plus 3, 7 marks. So 20 mark will come approximately, I am saying. You are not doing properly, means you will get only 20 marks. Last time some students get low mark also based on in this experiment. They measured here 35 degree, 46. But after finding the value, it is not 35. It is 30 degree. Angle of deviation around 42 something. So entire graph is wrong. That 40, 45, 50, 55.
refractive index of prism. Observations. Observation table for angle of incidence I and angle of deviation D. When the angle of incidence I is equal to 35 degree, the angle of deviation D was 46 degree. Similarly, for the angle of incidence I is equal to 40 degree, D is equal to 42 degrees. Similarly, for the angle of incidence I is equal to 45 degrees, D is equal to 40 degrees. I is equal to 50 degrees, D is equal to 38 degrees. I is equal to 55 degrees, D is equal to 42 degrees. I is equal to 60 degrees, D is equal to 45 degrees.
Next graph ma. So based on angle of incidence, angle of deviation, we should draw the graph.
Using the values of I and D, we plot a ID graph. Taking I angle of incidence on x-axis and D angle of deviation on y-axis. We select a suitable scale. On x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degree. On y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 5 degree. And
Listen, in max, you will measure how to say that? One x-axis is 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Don't write like that. In physics, it is entirely different. The scale. Okay, x-axis 1 centimeter equal to 5 degree. Because of the angle of incidence and deviation, we are taking only degree. Using productor only degree, 35 degree, 40 degree, 45, 50, 55, 60. So this is degree. You are writing 5 unit, 3 unit, 2 unit, like that you are writing means it is entirely wrong. In this graph scale, 1 mark it is there. Next, angle of incidence x-axis means you want to draw angle of incidence x-axis. This one you are doing in the right side. Y-axis means it is also wrong.
origin is 30 degree, 30 degree. Now, let us plot the points on the graph. For x is equal to 35 degree, y is equal to 46 degree. X 40 degrees, y 42 degrees. X 45 degrees, y 40 degrees. X 50 degrees, y 38 degrees. X 55 degrees, y 42 degrees. X 60 degrees, y 45 degrees. After plotting all the points on the graph, we need to join all the points using a freehand such that the line passes through the maximum number of points. Now, the lowest point on the line is identified and a perpendicular is drawn on the y-axis. The y-coordinates gives the value of angle of minimum deviation dm. Here, the angle of minimum deviation is 39 degrees.
See that reference point, this is 39 degree. The dm. What is the dm or del m? 39 degree. Angle of the prism 60 degree.
Fix a white paper on the drawing board with the help of a drawing pins. Now, place the prism on the paper and trace its edges and mark the corners as A, B, C. Draw two parallel lines such that A lies symmetrically between them. After that, fix two pins P and Q on one of the lines. Now, looking through the face of AB, fix two pins R and S in such a way that the reflective image of P and Q and the pins R and S all lie in a straight line without any parallax. Here, PQ represents the incident ray and such that A lies symmetrically between them. After that, fix two pins P and Q on one of the lines. Now, looking through the face of AB, fix two pins R and S in such a way that the reflective image of P and Q and the pins R and S all lie in a straight line without any parallax. Here, PQ represents the incident ray and RS represents the reflected ray. Now, we repeat the same procedure on the surface AC. So that the reflective images of EF and pins GH all lie in a straight line without any parallax. Extend the rays RS and GH backward so that they meet at a point O. Here, the angle ROG is twice the angle A of the prism.
What is
Here,
the formula?
T is equal to 120 degrees and the angle A is equal to 120 by 2, which is 60 degrees. Therefore, the angle of prism is 60 degrees.
New formula.
Angle of prism A is equal to 60 degrees. We can now calculate the refractive index of the prism using the formula mu is equal to sine A plus dm by 2 by sine A by 2. dm can be obtained from the ID graph, which is 39 degrees. Therefore, mu is equal to sine 60 plus 39 degrees by 2 by sine 60 degrees by 2, which is mu is equal to sine 49.5 degrees by sine 30 degrees, which is 2 sine 49.5 degrees. Therefore, mu is equal to 1.520. The angle of incidence of the incident ray should lie between 30 degree to 60 degree. The pins should be fixed vertically and the pin pricks should be encircled after they are removed. A minimum distance of 10 centimeters should be maintained between the two pins. Arrowheads should be marked to represent the direction of the incident and emergent rays. For all observations, you should use the same angle of prism.
And the source of error also, ma. Precaution and the source of error. Any 2 points. Okay. So did you understand today class? Practical, virtual practical. Are you facing any difficulties? Hello?
No, sir.
Just a minute. Just a minute, ma'am. It is loading. 1 minute. We already theoretical part completed, ma'am. So now we are discussing practical, the focal length of convex lens. So this is the one more practical. Already I said everyone take your record note, but don't mark any readings, just observe.
Welcome to EduNow's practical session of focal length of a convex lens. In this session, we will determine the focal length of a convex lens by distant object method and UV method. Before going to the experiment, let us go through the terminology associated with the convex lens using a ray diagram.
Convex lens. It is also known as converging lens. It is thick in the middle and thin at edges. The diameter of the circular edge of the lens is called aperture. Here, AB is the aperture. When a ray of light passing through a particular point on the principal axis goes undeviated, this point is called optical center, and this is represented by O. First principal focus is a point on the principal axis of the lens. When a ray diverging from it after refracting from the lens go parallel to the principal axis. Here, F1 is the first principal focus. Second principal focus is a point on the principal axis of the lens. When an incident ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction from the lens meet at this point. Here, F2 is the second principal focus. The distance between the optical center O and one of the principal focus of the lens is called focal length.
Hope you got a clear picture about the terminology associated with the convex lens. Now, let us go through the aim and apparatus required to perform this experiment.
Aim: to determine the focal length of a convex lens. Apparatus: convex lens, optical bench, object, lens stand, and screen.
Now, let me take you through the step-by-step procedure to perform the experiment. Here, first we determine the focal length of the convex lens by distant object method. So, take an optical bench and place the bench on a level surface. Then, take a convex lens whose focal length is to be determined and place this lens on a V-stand. After that, place the V-stand on the optical bench at a convenient position. Here, we need to place the lens in such a way that the lens is facing towards a distant object. Then, take a screen and place the screen on the optical bench so that the lens is in between the screen and the distant object. Now, we adjust the positions of the lens and the screen until we obtain a sharp image of the distant object on the screen. So, let us adjust the positions of the lens and screen.
This is a long distance method, finding the rough focal length.
Here you can clearly see that a sharp image of the distant object is obtained on the screen. Now we measure the distance from the lens to the screen. Here the lens is at a position of 50.7 centimeters and the screen is at a position of 40.2 centimeters. Therefore, the focal length of the convex lens obtained by distant object method is 10.5 centimeters. Now, we will determine the focal length of the convex lens by UV method. Here, illuminated cross wires acts as an object. Place the object on the optical bench in such a way that the lens is in between the object and the screen. Now, we adjust the positions of the lens and the screen until we obtain a sharp image of the object on the screen. So, let us adjust the positions of lens and the screen. Here you can clearly see that sharp image of the object is obtained on the screen, and the distance from the lens to the object gives us U, and the distance from the lens to the image.
Listen, so object to lens, that is the object distance U, lens to screen, that is the image distance V. So like that UV, you should find using the optical bench different values. This is the lens formula. UV, U plus V, just a multiple using the sign conversion. See here, actually long distance method, you will get the value 10.5. But in UV method, you will get 10.04. So nearly it is equal. So that is at 11. You are getting 9 means it is wrong. So taking reading, it is very important. So based on the reading only, the calculation will come. That is the object distance, image distance. For us, very simple table, If you are account, you can see image distance, object distance, object distance U, image distance V. Next U, V formula using the sign conversion also. Convex lens, what is the focal length? It is in positive or negative. The convex lens focal length value is positive. So we'll get positive value. So after that, you want to draw the graph also based on U and V. So this is the graph UV. So U also x-axis, it is in centimeter. V in y-axis, it is also centimeter. Scale is very important. And in using the productor, finding the U and V graphical method. Uh, 45 degree, 21, 21. So 21 plus 21 divided by 4. OB plus OC divided by 4. 21 plus 21 divided by 4. The F value 42 divided by 4, 10.5. These are 3 values. First one value, long distance method. Second one value, UV method. Third one, graphical value. So both also similar. Then the focal length of the lens, it is correct. This is the final result. 1 by u, no need. This and all we are not doing. Precaution. Any 3 points? Maximum source of error, any 3 points. Okay, so today we completed 2 practical mark. So one is a prism, another one convex lens. So upcoming class we'll discuss remainder things. Thank you. Take care. Bye.